Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just make one signature. I changed my mind about that, and I just pulled out some of these printables, and I really want to make it simpler and just go with one signature, and then just maybe cover this up with an image or fabric or something. We'll see where I go with that. But these are the pages that I've decided on, and these guys, I think I am going to glue these together so it'll be a little bit thicker page. And what I like to do also is to kind of leave it as a pocket. So we'll see, I might do that with some of those. There's a pocket there. And then I'm planning to do that here too, where I kind of glue those together. And then this one also I'm gonna glue on here. Now you can just print on them. What I'm doing is I am gluing some of them so they have so they're a little bit thicker, but I also printed front and back on some of them. So it's not like there's a wrong way. I'm just kind of varying it up a little bit, if that makes any sense. So, okay, so I'm using this one, and I really like the way these two look together. And then this, I like there's so many possibilities when it's empty like this, like maybe a tag. I feel like this is all getting a little bit chunky, so I might eventually pull out more pieces, but this is what I'm starting with, and I will not bind it. I will trim it down. I will work on these pages and add pieces to them, and then I'll decide if I want to pull something out if it gets too chunky. But since it's going to be more of a soft cover journal, I decided to use this file folder as the base, and then I'll use some fabric. I think I'll use some fabric, and so then it can kind of grow. There's not a problem there. It'll still kind of be more flexible. So, yeah, so this is the beginning of the journal. Okay, so technically you can just use a file folder and print on it like I did on here, and then just put everything together. And so that's kind of what I started off with. But then I pulled another file folder out, and I added fabric, and I came up with this little cabin. It's actually inspired by our time when we lived in a cabin, and I really like it. I think it's so cute. It's got little hearts coming out of the chimney, and actually I had this kind of, I used to draw this maybe 20 years ago. I had a sketchbook, and I just thought this would be so cute for this printable. So that's what I did. I used fabric. I made a little pocket on the back. I covered it in fabric. I hand stitched this all on here, and then inside this is basically scrapbook paper, and I even made a little pocket here. So now what I want to do is I want to bind this in here so that we can have the journal ready to go. Okay, so it's getting kind of thick, so I'm going to look through it again and see if, I think I'm going to pull this out. This is kind of thick. I don't want it to be too thick because I want to add to it in here also. Let's see. Okay, so maybe I don't need this then. Let me think. I kind of want to use a coffee dyed paper though. Let's see, maybe I'll take this. Nope. Okay, so I am going to start gluing some things down in here now. So like this page right here, I want to glue these together, so I'm going to Now I am going to so I'm going to trim this off. Okay, so now I am going to use a little bit of Tim Holtz ink, and I'm going to distress just the sides just a little bit. Now you don't have to distress it. I think it looks good even without the distressing, but I'm going to do that in this case. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit on this side too. Okay, so I glue this down and I left this a little bit open so you can tuck something inside if you wanted to. Okay, let's see. Now I have these guys. Okay, so I'm going to trim this off because my paper is fairly thin, and I don't mind that. It's good so that it's not too bulky, but this might show through on the other side where it's like lighter. So yeah, I just took some of that off. Okay. Let's see, because it's glued on here, so it's not like that's gonna be fine. And then this will be glued on here. Get those out of the way. Okay, so this is the next one. And so see how that peeks through? I think that looks good. And I'm gonna put it in here so I can see how this looks together. Whoops. So yeah, I like that. I like the way that looks so far. This is a little bit white, and you can actually just put washi tape on there, but I'm just gonna trim it. Okay. And this one's next. Okay, so now I want to glue this page down to that. Okay, so now I'm going to trim that white part off. Okay, so now okay, there is that. And again, I left the side open, so it's a tuck spot. I really like that. Okay, so I'm looking to work a little bit in this journal. Okay, so I remembered that I wanted to use one of these guys in the journal. It's the tracing paper. I think it's so pretty, but I'm not sure where I want to use it, so let's see. Okay. I think I like this one better. And I'm just going to trim some of that edge off. You can use a paper cutter also. That probably makes it easier, but scissors are fine too. You don't have to have a paper cutter. Okay, so I think, I don't know if I want it there. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to use it or where I'm going to use it, but I'm going to go through these pictures here and see if there's a photo I want to use in this journal. So these are in my Etsy shop. They're under the photos. I'm just looking for one that I want to use. I might like that tree. I feel like any of these would go, but I'm trying to, I like the bench. And the fern, maybe the fern. Maybe that's what I'm going to go with. Okay. Okay, yeah, I like this one. And so I'm going to try to make actually I think I want to mat it first. Just glue it down to some paper. And I can just use some coffee dyed paper for this. And I don't go all the way to the edges because I think it looks good when you have it kind of, when it's not stuck down all the way. I think that looks really pretty. Okay. So basically, you can use these pictures to just create your own ephemera. I will link these pictures below and then the digital kit that I'm using, the papers that I've used so far. I'll link everything below so you guys have it. Okay, so now I'm going to just ink the edges a little bit. Okay. So now let's see how I could do this. Okay, so I'm going to cut it about here. I'm just going to tear it. I feel like it gives it a nice soft edge. And let's see. So I'm just trying to make like a small envelope for this to go into. Okay, so then I'm going to cut it right about here. And then let's see how I'm going to figure this out. Okay, so I'm going to cut these off the sides here, but I want to glue this down right there. Okay, so I need to cut this off too, because really all I need is this little flap to glue, if that makes sense. I don't need the rest of it. Okay, so now I am going to just add some glue. Okay, I'm going to work on this sheet so I don't get glue on the journal. So yeah, it's kind of fun making your own ephemera. I always try to think about that with the digitals, and I include different ephemeras that you can print out that kind of go with each kit with the paper, so you can actually make it, because it's nice to have like your own ephemera to add to your journal. It just kind of gives you more options. Okay, so I think that's kind of cute. I like that. Okay, let's see. And so this just tucks in here now. And I love how it is transparent. I think it's so pretty. Okay, you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to add some washi tape, just a little bit, to the sides, just to make sure it is really secure. I'm just going to do a little bit, I think. Hold on. Okay, so I did that side, and I'm going to use the ticket washi on this other side. I use glue, so I think it's going to be fine, but I also think that kind of gives it a nice look, the washi. Maybe I'll put some at the top too. Just like right there. Okay, I forgot my microphone, and so I just plugged it in. Hopefully the sound will be better, and I apologize for the difference in the sound. Okay, so we have this, and now this is going to get tucked in somewhere. I think that is so cute. I just love this. Okay, I'm going to set it aside so I can work on some other pages that I know I want to. I kind of like that. I think I'm going to use washi tape to make sure this stays on there. So I'm going to use some washi tape here to hold the paper. Okay, I love that. I love the way that looks. The colors look really good. And then here, I need some washi tape also. I'm trying to figure out which one to use. I think I'll just use this one again. Oops. Okay. use a little bit more. Okay. And then on this side, I want to glue something on there. Okay, I have a pile of things I want to use. I like the blue, but I'm thinking to go with like some coffee dye paper instead. So I have some more like to work with. Okay. I like going with the coffee dye paper because I feel like it gives you more options. When you go in to decorate, it's just neutral. You can journal on it if you want. So for now, yeah, I kind of want, I'm just gonna go with this. Okay. I think I want to even bring that in more. That'll be kind of a fun flip. Okay. So then this can come all the way out. So yeah, I think that's really pretty. I think I want to distress it just a little bit.